So we come to this program cycle, that when you write your C program, or basically you can also associate with it any programming language, although these steps you may not see in those programming language, but actually they are there in all the programming language. So I will discuss that from this perspective, that in C language you open your editor. Editor is a software program in which you write your program. Okay, so there are many editors available, and very basic editor you have in Notepad, Notepad plus plus. You have other editors also which are integrated with your compiler that is provided by to you. So I will discuss those things in coming slides. So you open your editor, you write your program in C language, and when you write your program in C language, you will save that file as .c. Okay, so that program file which you have written to instruct your computer system to do a task, that will be called source file. So once you have written that source file and you have saved that file with extension C, it will go to pre-processing steps. There are some things in your program which you directly inherit from the programming language, which we will discuss in coming slides. So that part you actually that part is replaced by the actual code in pre-processing part phase. After that, it is given to the compiler. Sorry. And once compiler is done with the compilation part, so you have .obj file created, and then a linker is a software program which actually link your static library which you have called in your program to their actual code. And then after that, those libraries are loaded in your program, and then CPU runs your program and you get the output. So this way things are things start. So one is called runtime phase, another one is called build time phase. Build means processing, compilation. That type of phase is called build type of phase. Okay, so we discuss a very simple program so that you can understand what I have just discussed with you. Oh, so here I have written a small program that has 3-4 lines. So first line I have written, that is called hash include stdio.h. After that I have written int main, and then I have written that I want to give instruction to my computer system so that it can print welcome to C programming language. So I want to display this thing on the screen. So that's why I have I have given these instructions using the rule and regulations of the programming language. So we just discussed in some slides that C is structured programming language, and C is structured because whatever I have written, that is according to the structure. I cannot say that I will write the print statement before and then stdio.h later on. It will not happen. So you have to go according to the structure of the programming language, and that's why we call it is a structured programming language. So we have written hash include stdio.h. So this hash include stdio.h is already written code which is placed in header files, which provide definitions and declarations of some of the functions which we haven't written but we are using them. Okay, so here in this diagram I have discussed with you that dot header files, they are written here when you write your program. So when I written the program, I have not written this printf function. So how does programming language understand what is the meaning of this printf function? So either I should write this printf function, or programming language should give me the facility of this printf function. So I am using the facility of programming language which is declared in stdio.h. And that's why whenever you write any program for taking input and giving output, the fundamental things to include in your program is this first file, that is called stdio.h. After that, you write int main, that is the basic structure. Some of the programs of C language, you will see here that it is void main. Okay, so I will discuss that thing, what is void difference and what is int difference, when I come to that part. And then after, you write here printf welcome to C programming language. Printf is a function which you use, or you can say a instruction given to the compiler, that when I run this program, welcome to the C programming language should be written on the screen. So this is the function or work of this printf statement, and after that you return 0. So somewhere you will see that return 0 is not there in some programs of C language. Somewhere return 0 is there. Somewhere you will see get ch is there. So I will discuss that thing in a time. Okay. So when you run this program, you will get this output. This welcome to C programming language. So according to our situation, we have discussed. So here, since printf function is used, but the code associated with it is not used. So that code is actually linked here in these libraries, linker and then loader, load that program. So what happens when you write any C program on any integrated development environment? So all these steps, starting from pre-processing, compilation, linker, loader, they all becomes one. So we do not understand what is actually happening behind us, but actually these all phases are done by that software on which you are writing your program. I hope this thing is clear to everybody. So this way it happens. So this was the simple program which we have written. Now comes to now we comes to the part that how do we write the program? Okay, where do we write the program? So how do we set up our environment? So that is next part which we are going to discuss.